the James Brown. It's a part of the James Brown because remember, you have the dance and then variations. Yeah? So a James Brown, we would do this. Or, but that's the James Brown. Which?
It was like bum, 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 this one.
I have to watch it. I haven't watched that in a while. I don't have to watch it.
I know.
But, I don't know. Again, that's how most people do the bar system. Because this was easier than this. So that's what happens. Like a lot of times when you see a dance, many times you see the easy version. Because everybody had a hard time with how it was done. That's like in house. Everybody does this in house. That's not how the step was done. No one could, a lot of people couldn't do it. So when you taught it, you made it easy. The step actually looks like this. That's how it's done. But not everybody could get it. Made it easy. Your question. This is a jazz step from the 1930s. It's actually from the samba, but in jazz they did that. Right? That became the James Brown later on. It became the mashed potato. So in the 60s, they did a dance like this called the mashed potato. That comes from this jazz step. James Brown had his own version of this jazz shuffle, and he called it the James Brown. There was another dance that came out of this called the slop. I don't know how that came out of it, but it did. But that was all jazz steps. Like everything we're doing now pretty much comes out of original jazz. Not Broadway, Hollywood jazz, the original stuff is what we're all doing. Like hip hop, they had the party machine, right? In the 1930s, you had the scissor kick Charleston. This is all, me watching my parents watching their parents. So this way of moving just gets tossed down the line. This is the rhythms that we are used to hearing in our community. These are the types of dances that we're used to doing, which is why you can still see original jazz in hip-hop in original jazz. You see it because it's all coming from that same culture, that same movement. None of this stuff just in the 70s. Like people say that, oh, hip-hop was started in the 70s. The name started in the 80s for the culture, but they said the name during the jazz period. So the name has a longer history than that, but there was a certain consciousness. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. There was a certain consciousness that started in the 70s because of the 70s, because of the economical and the social environment. That started, and that was the consciousness of hip hop for that group of young people. But those ideas of how to play music, of how to dance, they've been doing that forever. That's just what the African American and Latino communities, cultures, they've been doing that stuff forever. It's just that in the 70s, 80s, they gave it a name, hip-hop. In the 20s, it was called jazz. In the 40s and 50s, they called it rock and roll. And it became soul. So it changes each generation. Like,